What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stock Goat YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be covering the SOFI stock. We literally have 8 days left until Q3 earnings are complete, and then we're going to get the exact earnings date. But SOFI right now, guys, is pushing through the finish line to make sure that those numbers are flawless for when they drop them. I'm getting very, very excited. I know a lot of guys on YouTube are covering a lot of technical analysis and covering the charts. That stuff's fun and all, but if you are a long-term investor, you don't really have time to be worrying about day-to-day technicals and stuff like that, because any of those technical analysis breakdowns could be invalidated at any given moment if SoFi drops another loan platform deal and the stock surges 10 to 14%, or if they drop a legacy top five, Galileo, a legacy bank partner, the stock's going to moon 20 to 30%. So that's why you shouldn't be too worried about day to day technical analysis. And you should be more worried about the management team, driving fundamental growth and also, delivering on their expectations. So that's why I don't worry too much about day to day prices, guys. I'm a longer term investor. So day to day, week to week, I'm not worried about the price target. But yes, guys, I do think we can get a Santa Claus rally. But I'm just saying personally, I only dabble into, short duration calls in the 3 to 6 month range sometimes. And then I also dabble into, longer term leap options for a little bit of boost on my overall stock position. And you can see right now with the call option that I purchased, a couple of months ago, it goes back and forth right now between 600 and 900% gain. And that's just heading into the Q1 earnings, guys. I mean, this could be, the banger of a lifetime. And I've also been entering into some longer term dated call options. A lot of you guys have already got that play inside of the VIP Patreon group. I believe this is going to be my next, 1000% return option over the next year and a half. If you want access to that call option, sign up for the VIP Patreon. You're going to get access. The link is in my comments section and also in the description. Now, because we're literally like 3 days away from Christmas, guys, I'm bringing you some early Christmas presents right now today inside of this video. I'm going to give you a little bit of a Q4 earnings predictions on revenue only. We're not going to be talking about members or profitability or anything like that. And this is also going to be my base case. So later on, in January, I'm going to drop my bull case scenario earnings prediction. So right now today, you're going to get the base case earnings prediction, and you're still going to be absolutely blown away with the numbers that I'm expecting SoFi to produce in this base case scenario. And also, guys, we got another Christmas present coming for you inside of this video today, guys. It's been a long journey with the student loan headlines, the payment pauses, the extensions, the forgiveness, a lot of volatility inside of the SoFi stock. But the good news is, guys, is we have finally defeated the matrix. It is finally over. The student loan forgiveness headline is going to be vanishing pretty soon, guys, because Biden has been backing out. We're going to be covering that for you inside of today's video. And remember, guys, there was 100 articles out there, dozens and dozens of bears saying we are a student loan company and how all this forgiveness was going to completely, destroy the SoFi company. Well, now these guys are not going to be saying anything. They're going to go back into hibernation. We already knew that. It just took a long time to break through this, massive ceiling. And we have finally did it. You guys are going to be very excited for that news today. So if you find any of this information useful, be sure to smash the like button, drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be keeping you updated daily on all the breaking news with the SoFi stock. Let's get into the video. All right, real quick before we begin the video, guys, I want everybody to realize that I have one Twitter right now that I'm active on, and it has a blue check mark to show that I'm verified. It says at Kyle White Go. The reason why I'm saying this right now is because I did have a person on the YouTube channel drop a comment in the comments section that, I was shady, crypto scammer, sending him links and stuff like that. Guys, I don't have any access to any crypto links or any crypto scams. I'm not even talking about crypto right now. You have to be careful about these Twitter accounts out there that are, scamming people, trying to pretend that they're me. I would never do that to anybody. So we're going to do our best in this video today to just, show you how many are out there. And maybe if you have, 2 minutes of your time today, you can go and hunt down 5 of these accounts. And you can see right here, if you type in like at Kyle White Goat or something like that, you're going to get Kyle White Goat, TH, Kyle White Goat, 2 T's and an L, Kyle White Goat 01, 7 Kyle White Goat, Kyle White Go with 2 A's. So stuff like that. I mean, some of these accounts have 1 to 2,000 subscribers. So please take the time and just report all these accounts. Report them as spam, fraud, whatever you can. It would be appreciated. All right, guys, here is the amazing news for you today, guys. We know that the news was going to come out very, very soon because, the Biden Democrats, they lost the elections and they were going off of this massive plan to bring in as many votes as possible, with the 38 million Americans that they were set to do student debt cancellation. And look at this, guys. This is finally dropped on Saturday. I mean, confirmation, breaking news. Biden administration has withdrawn plan to cancel student loan debt for about 38 million Americans. So they're going to withdraw the plan just because they lost the elections. So you guys can see what's going on, man. It was just a marketing tool to bring in more votes, to scam more people into voting for them, paying for your debt, taking away your loans and stuff like that. But I mean, guys, we got 84,000 views. So I did my best on Twitter to pump this so everybody could see. But this is great news for SoFi because there is so much runway for the student loan segment to literally double from here. And I'm going to prove that to you right now that this has a long runway to get back to where it was 2019, 2020. And just to show you guys that we have defeated the matrix, I typed in on Gronk. Look at this. How many times did Joe Biden extend student loan payment pause? Just to show you what SoFi really had to, go through. The first extension, January 21, the second extension extended, the third extension, the fourth extension, the fifth extension, the sixth extension, the seventh extension, the eighth extension. So you can see what this was, guys. I mean, this was just 3 years of racking up votes for the next election, just baiting people in. Pretty crazy, the things that they pull, but, I'm trying to show you guys that we have finally did it. It is over. These guys are pulling the plug. They lost the elections. This was all a fraud. They were never going to do anything for anybody. How many times did the Biden administration promise a large student loan forgiveness plan? Initial plan, August 2022, forgiveness up to 20,000. Post Supreme Court decision, revised plan, April 2024. Ongoing announcements through 2023 and 24. So you can see how big of a deal this was for SoFi, guys. I mean, this was just nonstop bear article after bear article for years and years and years. The plug is finally pulled. The matrix is defeated. These guys are going to vanish. And SoFi can continue on with the student loan business, helping people refinance and save a little bit of money. Hopefully, we can fix the pricing of student loans and how expensive they are, but that is not SoFi's goal. SoFi's goal right now is to, keep people's bills as low as possible. That has nothing to do with that. That has to do with the education institutions, itself on, what they're charging, and the government, they need to get that in line. But right now, SoFi is going to help people save a little bit of money. And just to show you guys what type of boost we could be looking at, look at the last earnings report, Q3 2024, right around 3 months ago, guys. You can see student loans right here did about 943 million in originations. 943 million. Yes, guys, you can see it's been picking up a little bit. It went from sevens to 943. This looks like a 2.5 year all-time high. But look what we were doing, prior to the pandemic. If you go back to the 2019 earnings report when they were private, and the 2020 when they were literally in SPAC mode still. Look at this, guys. Student loan originations. Look what these guys were pumping out. 1.7 billion, 2.4 billion, 2.1 billion. And then COVID came and they never saw 2 billion originations ever again. So this business, what I'm saying is, can basically double from here. And because of the size SoFi is now, with literally, 8 times the members from 2020, I mean, these guys could potentially triple this business to 3 billion originations because the plug has finally been pulled, guys. It's over. The Biden administration is gone on their marketing tactics, hawking down these votes. It's over. They pulled the plug because they lost. They don't care about your student loan debt now. What do they have to benefit from? They're done. So, guys, we're moving forward. It's over. This is what I'm talking about. And I think the Bears are going to be extremely quiet on this news. It's our job to get this pumped up a little bit. All right, guys, and here we go. Here is my Q4 base case earnings predictions. And we're going to be covering that for you in this video. I'm going to, do a little bit of detail on the segment financials, and then we'll show you on the notepad spreadsheet. But all you need to know right now is what the analysts are predicting. These are set in stone right now. These are not going to change because, the time frame is so short. So look at this, guys. So right now, guys, the average estimate on 7 analysts is $676 million. Write that number down just so you know this is the number we need to beat. But if you actually look at the Q3 revenue numbers, our revenue is actually $13 million higher than the Q4 prediction. So they think we are going down $13 million, guys. When we actually hit 689, I mean, this was the biggest jump in SoFi history. We jumped our revenue up $90 million. Now, I'm not saying we're going to do that exactly in Q4, but guys, I don't think we're going backwards. I think we are going forward. I think it's going to be a pretty easy beat. I'm going to show you my base case scenario. All right, guys, we're about to report the Q4 numbers. They're going to go right here. So what we're going to look at is what SoFi has done the last 2 years on a Q3 to Q4 scenario, because you have, holiday season, lower origination volumes and stuff like that. So if we just start at Q3 2022, we can see overall originations did drop from Q3 to Q4. That's something to, take note of. The Q4 originations dropped about 500 million in originations. And then if we jump over to Q3 2023, you can see the exact same thing happened once again. Originations dropped about $800 million from 5.1 billion to 4.3 billion. So guys, we can likely see the exact same thing happen next quarter for Q4 with lending. That's completely fine, just because we had such a massive jump in Q3. So if we just assume, originations, come down from like 6.3 to maybe, 5.3 billion or something like that, you're most likely going to see revenue, sit around the same level or even drop a little bit lower to play it a little bit cautious. Because if you look at the revenue numbers on 2022, they actually went up about 18 million. Then if you go over to 2023, they went up about 4 million. But of course, last quarter we had that massive jump of 50 million. But even though those 2 years we saw revenue increases, I'm going to play this base case scenario very, very cautious. Still a massive jump from Q2. I'm going to call it about 380. So a $10 million decline in lending revenue. And then of course we got the technology platform. This is the big video I put out yesterday with a long-term bull case, 5 years out of, SoFi landing multiple legacy bank institutions. I think a deal is being finalized right now. I'm not saying a deal is closed, but we've seen them close other small deals. So it looks like they're going to have anywhere from low to high teens growth, something in that range. I put it at about 14% growth. So it looks like we're still looking at a little bit of a jump for Galileo Technology. We put up 102 last quarter. We jumped up $7 million. I think they're going to jump up another $8 million and finalize the year at about $110 million. So still a little bit of growth coming in for Galileo. This isn't even with a big, tech deal landed yet. And then, of course, financial services. I mean, you can see this business jumped up quarter over quarter of about $60 million jump. Absolutely insane. Previously, before that, if you just go back, 3-4 quarters, we were jumping up $20 million, $20 million, $20 million, $25 million. So to go from 25 to 60 million, we know where that big revenue boost was coming from. That's the loan platform business. I want to assume in this base case scenario that the loan platform business completely stalls out. They just don't originate or anything, for financial services, and they go back to what they were previously doing on other business segments. So I'm going with a solid little $20 million jump. That's the exact same thing they've been doing the last 3 quarters. And one last thing we need to put in there is the corporate other segments. This thing varies back and forth because of corporate costs and stuff like that. You can see going back 2 years ago, it was -8 million, -11, -20, -23, -20, -20, positive 2 quarters, -13, and then -40 million. So -40 million last quarter was the biggest we have ever seen. So I'm not saying that's going to happen again, but I want to play this estimate very cautious once again. So we're just going to put, corporate other segments at -$30 million to be safe on this base case scenario. All right, guys, you can see here is the breakdown. We got lending coming in at $380 million in revenue. That's 10% growth year over year. This is a $10 million decline quarter over quarter. Galileo, a little bit of a boost to finalize the year, $8 million jump, 14% growth year over year. Financial services, we're looking at about $258 million in revenue. That's 85% growth year over year, just a $20 million jump. Corporate overhead, -$30 million, guys. We're looking at Q4 revenue coming in at $718 million. That is a solid, revenue jump from where we just hit our records at about 686, I believe. That's 21% year over year growth as well. 594 million was last year's Q4. Wall Street wants estimates of 676. So guys, to come in at 718 and smash a 676 for my base case scenario, I mean, how much more bullish does that get? I mean, that's literally my Christmas present to you, early Christmas present. And be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, because we're going to be dropping our bull case scenario, later on in a couple of weeks when we get closer to that Q4 earnings. So guys, you can see looking at a $42 million beat on my base case scenario. I mean, this is absolutely insane, guys. I'm really liking where SoFi is headed in this next quarter. And this is assuming that the loan platform business does basically nothing for us as well, guys. So this could be a massive, massive quarter for Q4 as you're starting to see. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. I enjoyed doing this video for you. Once again, we're going to continue to keep you updated on all the breaking news with the SoFi stock. We're getting closer and closer to that Q4 earnings. The numbers are going to be absolutely insane. You know that. Be sure to smash the like button, drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want access to my long-term call option I'm entering right now, be sure to sign up for the VIP Patreon. You can get that call option right there. Once again, my name is Kyle. Hope you have a great day.